Hi, I'm Nancy O'Dell. Today's Crime Exposé takes us to Omaha, Nebraska. Joy Blanchard had a big house, a devoted boyfriend, and a love for life. But one shocking day, everything changed.
Joy Blanchard was a happy lady who loved to have parties and have her family over and celebrate events.
For the Day of the Dead, on November the 3rd, she threw a raucous party for her friends and family.
Joy was known for having elaborate parties, and she had elaborate decorations, including skulls, headstones, a cemetery theme. She even hired actors to dress up as corpses. And during that evening, she invited a few dozen guests over. They lit candles and shared memories of their deceased loved ones.
The party was a success. After all the guests had cleared out, it was time to clean up. But a busy Joy Blanchard had barely taken a breath before the lights went out.
A few hours later, her boyfriend, Kenneth Langhorst, found her deceased in their home.
Kenneth, horrified by what he had seen, immediately dialed 911.
On that day, police got a call from a party stating that his name was Kenneth and he had just recently arrived home from an over-the-road trucking job. Upon his arrival home, he located his girlfriend, Joy, laying face down in the doorway of their shared home.
When officers from the Omaha Police Department arrived at the house, Kenneth ushered them inside. Captain Colleen Henchy was first on the scene. She examined the body crumpled on the floor.
Joy had 2 knives sticking out of her head, one out of the back and one out of the side. You could clearly see a spindle from the staircase laying next to Joy's body.
The home showed no signs of an intruder break-in. Everything seemed to be in place, except for the 50-year-old woman who had been stabbed and bludgeoned to death.
Joy had been hit so hard with the spindle that part of her scalp was removed, and police could observe that one knife was in the side of her head and the other one directly out of the back.
So was it the blunt force that killed her?
She was deceased due to blunt force trauma from a spindle and 2 knives in her head and neck region.
3 weapons, all easily within reach and easy to use, given the right amount of force. So did you feel that Joy was surprised by her killer? Did he come up from behind her, or did she actually see him in front of her make his move?
It was defensive. It was like Joy had been involved in a struggle. She was clearly fighting for her life kind of thing.
This was an incredibly fast and violent murder.
It was a rage. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, she had a knife from the side of her head and one coming out the back of her head, and then she was scalped. The only thing holding her scalp was a piece of skin hanging here, holding it on.
The intensity of the assault provided a clue as to who might have killed Joy Blanchard.
So based on the evidence, depending the severity of what you see, it can tell you if the suspect was a stranger or if it's someone you know.
So what did you think? What were your thoughts when you looked things over about the murderer?
It was clear upon initial review that the crime scene was one of passion. The victim suffered from injuries that were subsequent to somebody in a high rage and was definitely not a premeditated or thought out event.
So Joy's killer might have been somebody close to her.
All leads were followed, and the suspect tended to be thought of as somebody that she knew or had known in the past.
This would explain the ferocity of the attack, the savage unleashing of a temper that boiled over into violence.
Joy had fought back, and this was one fight that Joy did not give up easily. Her attacker used great force to take down Joy, and it was clearly a crime of passion.
At this point, there were many possibilities. Whoever killed Joy Blanchard might have been amongst the numerous guests at her party that afternoon, or it could be someone who gained access to the house another way.
The crime scene was processed for any DNA and fingerprint evidence. and everybody who attended the party the night before was interviewed.
Early results for the investigation were not promising.
Interviews and physical evidence would indicate that the suspect was known to the victim, but nothing could be proven at this time.
The murderer could be almost anyone at this point, a friend, a family member. Joy's boyfriend was a reasonable prospect.
Interviews with witnesses at the scene indicated that Joy had issues with her boyfriend, Kenneth. They had been fighting lately over money.
Her boyfriend found her deceased in their home.
Did arguments over money escalate to a physical altercation that ended in murder?